Hi there, my name is Nick Shell with Family Friendly Daddy Blog. I'm just walking on my break at work right now. I wanted to just throw this idea at you. This may be common sense to you, but I was thinking about it recently. So last Friday, I took off the day from work, and we have a newborn, and her daycare was closed. So I was home taking care of her. Well, my son, who's in kindergarten, he still had to go to school, and he wanted me to go have lunch with him. So I did so. Well, I took my daughter, who's 4 months old, to the school, and I got there about 15 minutes early, waiting on my son to come down the hallway. And she had a wet diaper. Well, I assumed that if I were a mom, I would have found some kind of gender-neutral bathroom or something to change her in. But because I'm the dad, I don't care about the petty details like that, right? So what did I do? Well, I was underneath like this staircase that had like this flat area like underneath the stairs, and it had carpet on it. So I just stood up, turned my back, and I changed her. And I knew it wasn't the most, professional thing to do, but I just did it, and I didn't care. Because I was like, I am not toting this car seat and this book bag that had all my other stuff in it that I needed, like the other bottles and diapers and all that stuff. I was like, it's not worth it to me to carry all of this to a bathroom. So I just changed it right there. And then after my son arrived, then, so obviously we're a vegetarian vegan family. So my son he bought his lunch and didn't realize instead of giving him pizza that he wanted, they gave him a pork sandwich, which that couldn't be any further because that's not even kosher. And we haven't, we've been kosher for 8 years. So I was in the midst of holding a baby, having a son that's about to cry because he's so upset because he doesn't know what to do because they're out of pizza. Well, this room mom miraculously appears. She's from my son's class. She helps us negotiate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It all works out. I'm carrying the baby. Then I'm trying to find a seat at the lunchroom. And I see what says allergy table or something like that. So I'm sitting down and I say to the lady already there, because it was crowded in the lunchroom, I said, oh, this is the right table, right? We have the peanut butter and jelly. We have to basically be segregated here. She said, no, it's quite the opposite. You actually can't sit here. Sorry. So the room mom that helped a minute ago then helped us by making room for us at their table and letting us sit there. So she saw my struggle. I'm clearly the dad that doesn't really know my way around things like this. And she wasn't the only one that day by the time I left the whole place, because sure enough, my daughter had another wet diaper, which I changed her on that stairwell on the way out. And it's funny because I got several people say, other moms and teachers, they were saying, I saw you. I know you're struggling. You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. Giving me that confirmation, that reassurance that, I'm struggling, yet I'm doing the right thing. And I just thought it's interesting because that ultimately is a convenient double standard for me as the dad, because I feel, this is my theory, knock it down if you need to in the comment section, but I feel that these days, for a dad who's involved like me, that if we simply do what we're supposed to do, we're automatically kind of like heroes for it. Like, oh, wow, you hang in there, you're doing such a good job. Granted, no one seems to really do that for moms because that would just be expected for her. But when they see a dad doing the right thing, he gets more praise easily, maybe more compassion, even if it's, compassion, when they see him out there doing that. So I admit, I feel that that's a little bit of a convenient double standard for me, that dads get praise, whereas the moms just, that's her job, right? I think that double standard still exists. I could be wrong, but that's what I sensed by being there. That's what I felt. Now, granted, I think the flip side of it is, and I've talked about this for years now on my Family Friendly Daddy blog, but obviously, as we know, dads are a joke in media. We have been for decades on sitcoms and commercials. We don't know what to do. We make messes. We don't know how to do anything. We just break stuff. And home improvement would be a perfect example of that. Involved dads still are clueless and just make messes and throw their socks everywhere. Of course, that's not that way at all in my house. Things are kept very clean in our house. But, so I think because of those stereotypes that are in media, less is expected of us. So when they see a nice guy like me that's involved just trying to have lunch with his son, toting around a baby, they're gonna go, I don't know, they're gonna think more highly of me or go the extra mile to help me out because I'm being compared to such a low standard that they see maybe not only in commercials and sitcoms over the past many decades, but even in social media. I mean, if you, it's funny, at the top of your Facebook, you'll see all the good, positive dads. And then if you keep going, which I don't, I only scroll like 10 people down when I'm on Facebook. Because anything beyond that, you start getting into the more emotionally unintelligent situations going on there where people are bashing each other. And often you'll see all the bad dads in there. You'll hear them, how they're not involved in all that stuff. So I think people are, it's almost like by default, people expect the modern American dad to be bad or uninvolved or not good or apathetic. So when they see somebody like me and I'm the norm from, like, all of my friends that are dads, we're the same way, right? I mean, we think of it, we're not heroes at all. But I just think that we get better treatment when we show up to do stuff. And even if we're not doing it as well, we get praised for not even doing it well, but we still get praised. So that's my theory. Knock it down or agree, either way. That's how I feel. Tell me how you feel. My name is Nick Shell. I'm with Family Friendly Daddy Blog.